Right, okay, music credits are up, and here we go. And let's mute the laptop, now that we know the sound is on. So, here we go with part 5 of the Iron Tail Challenge. And we have to go to Fenorian, who's hiding somewhere in Blackreach. Well, not hiding, but you know, investigating. You know, I never imagined I'd be working alongside a vampire, let alone one I respect. With all the leeches we've already had to kill, it's nice to see another side. Fenn's different. Yes, dear, he is. You go on ahead, I need to get my axe sharpened. Okay. I doubt it's had a chance to go dull. Okay. So let's see, what level are we? 15. Now, let's see, can we make it through this without dying horribly, or shall we die horribly and have to delete poor polishes? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Another question we need to ask is, do we have a way shrine down in Blackreach? Or am I going to have to do the long way round? Well, I guess we're going to find out. No, Bera, no. I joined the Fighters Guild for like perks. Not to be your personal beck and call person. Dust Town's to the south, so I suppose the Kjalmarch Great Lift would be the one to use. It's been a while since I've done much in Western Skyrim. I've been all about Markarth and grinding up Arkanthang sprockets and finding the whole Dwarven Scarab pet pieces, etc. Oh yeah. And we have a riding speed of 1. Oh. Now, if there was a way to accelerate riding speed faster than the 1 slot a day, that would be great. For the road. Yeah, for the road. If you take all the vampires and stuff out of Western Skyrim, it's remarkably pretty. Although the giant boars and the wolves and everything else that tries to kill you are still a bit of a nuisance. Raid the Glowy Gwar. Down we go. I still want those giant glowing mushrooms. I do sort of wonder what the furnishing department in ZeniMax do when they're creating these things. It's like, okay, these are really cool glowing mushrooms. How about we don't add them to the furnishing editor? mean, no, look, these like giant stony ones here and this like weird petrified glowing cactus thing, that would look sick in somewhere like Moonsugar Meadow. You could make it like super exotic. Admittedly, I'm more about the crystals myself. That sort of polychromatic white, blue, violet combo is fantastic. I know we've got the iridescent black roach geodes that you can craft, but those things take chromium plating, and that is not something I'm willing to part with on a semi-regular basis. So yes, it turns out I did have a way shrine, but we're down here anyway, so we're picking up this one. Just because. And I can't remember if I picked up that musical instrument right by the stairway down. Oh, and I never let anyone know I was streaming on Twitter. Oh well. See, this goes back to my statement yesterday where I said streamers were like way organised, but I wasn't. I guess I'm actually following up on streaming when I said I would, so yay! Go me. Was it beneath or was it this level? I kind of feel like it's somewhere. Hello. Distracted by loot. Through here. And we must already have it. I don't know if we're going to get all the musical instruments we need for that music box, but you know, we might as well try and pick the ones up that are going to be close. Unrelated music box information, I finally got the gold mechanism piece for the Aldmeri Symphonia music box, so that was good. Took forever, but I finally got it, and then a week later I found one from a simple lockbox in Aldrune. No, that's for Glory, that's for Battlefields. Battlegrounds, sorry. We're not doing the Battlegrounds. I mean, I know Mid-Year Mayhem is going to be coming along this month, but I don't think I'd be taking polishes into it. Right, okay, he said he's got lodgings on the south side. I'm also indecisive on who I'll be taking into Mid-Year Mayhem. I could take Callian in because, you know, I can slap on some PvP sets and just run around taking targets of opportunity, or I could like do a character who hasn't been in it. The only problem is if I take Zuki in, I imagine I will die quite a lot. Because Zuki's skills are all about moving fast and not really doing damage, considering he's a pickpocket / resource farmer. Things to think about. Also, I am like drooling at the thought of Darien being brought in with the next expansion because you probably saw that the tweet on Twitter. Oh, Fenarian. Oh dear. He has been kidnapped.
You could have played a cassette tape. You could have listened to an 8-track tape. If you knew what an 8-track tape looked like. But you listened to Spotify.
Right, so that's that.
and you still have hundreds more playlists to enjoy.
Well, I left his flask. Silly boy. Strange, okay, all found clear among signs of a struggle, but other than what's in the flask, we don't see any blood. That means Fame is probably taken alive. What do you make of the notes in the key? The key looks dwarven, and the notes mention a dwarven tower. They could be connected. The notes also indicate that Fen was going to meet with someone named Edgar east of the Dusttown Bridge. You start there, and I'll check with the locals. I'll try to find this Edgar then. Do you think Fen's disappearance is related to whatever drew him in Blackreach? More than likely. If they want to get information out of him, death might be preferable to whatever tortures they have planned. Let's get to it. Oh yeah, the ESO Twitter account did a thought bubble with Darian Gautier's name in it, and I'm like, oh, you best not be toying with me, ESO. Darian owes me a night of drinks and debauchery, and if he's in Oblivion and I can find him, I will hunt him down just to get that booty. Oh yeah. Also, if they want to give us a shirtless house guest version of him, I am down for that. I will build a honeymoon love nest. Oh yeah, do not toy with me, ESO. Right, Edgar. Down near the Jugenthurst entry. Am I the only other person that, well, no, not the only person, but I'm pretty much convinced the dwarves just swallowed a mouthful of gravel, coughed it up and recorded whatever sound that came up when they were naming their towers or cities. I mean, God, can you imagine trying to speak Dwarven and Jugendorst? Raldfar. I mean, they're pronounceable, but oh dear God, barely. Edgar! Ooh, werewolf dude. You don't listen too well, do you? Alright, talk fast and tell me why I shouldn't rip at your throat. I'm looking for Fenorian. His notes said he was working with you. The silk shirt kept notes? Of course he did. And where is Fenorian? He's late and he still hasn't compensated me for the information I gave him. I need that key. Fen's gone missing. Tell me what the two of you were doing so I can find it. Missing? Probably taken by the same bastard that has my packmates, Exarch Singalis. Fenorian said he could provide a key to unlock their chains if I told him about the experiments performed on us. If you get that key, I'll tell you more. You mean this dwarven key? Hersane's fetid breath, that's it. Look, I managed to escape from Singalis' tower, but my packmates are still chained up in the Lightless Hollow. Use that key to set them free, then I'll tell you how to find Fenorian. Alright, I'll free your packmates. It's amazing how savage werewolves can just, still manage to wear pants. None of the locals really wanted to talk. One or two admitted to seeing Fen, but no one witnessed any kind of disturbance at his lodgings. At least no one saw anything they were willing to tell me about. Is this Edgar? Does he know anything? Edgar can lead us to Fen, but first we need to fulfill the bargain Fen made with him. Why is everything so complicated in this part of Skyrim? Alright, so tell me, what did Fen agree to do for a half-naked friend over there? We need to free Edgar's packmates from Exarch Singalis in the Lightless Hollow. Packmates? Edgar's a werewolf? This just keeps getting better and better. So take it you know how you want to deal with this particular situation. I'll use the key we found to free the pack. Meet me in the Lightless Hollow south of the work camp. Why is everything so complicated? Because yous are Nords and yous are all stubborn, miserable buggers. I mean, honestly. Head east. Stubborn Nords. I don't know why Gladys is so worried about werewolves. Managed to carve her way through bloody Cold Harbour. I mean, Polishes hasn't, but, she has. forgetting she doesn't have any emotional connection to my little purple Argonian. As far as she's concerned, I'm just some random that stumbled into her path. Of course, if I was doing this with Callian, she'd be like, "Yo, dude, how you been?" And be having crazy drinking contests. No, we're not touching that. Skillborns. I don't like that quest. It's a downer. I want these crystals. How long is it going to be till they get to the bloody luxury furniture? Telling you, man, they miss a trick. Add them to the furnishing editor or something. No? Give me shinies. Yes, yes, I know I'm a bit obsessed. Crimson Nunroot, how I love thee. Ooh, iron ore. Surprise, but you know, welcome. Ah! Fuck it off, fuck it off, fuck it off. Bad beastie, bad beastie. I really should have looked into food for this guy. Ah, no, 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 no. Stab, stab, stab for your life. That would be the worst way to die. Killed by a random chorus. What do we have in terms of soul gems? 4. 4 full, 1 empty. Oh dear. Oh well. What will be, as Doris Day would say. Okay, so, no. We're not gonna sing, because, you know, we don't want people's eardrums to bleed. Homeless on a bridge. I do love a good gamer tag. Sorry, Mr. Wolf, but you have experience, and I would quite like some experience. And of course, Crimson Nunroot, because, you know, don't have a massive amount of that. Droggerkin. I have to wonder what kind of goes through someone's heads that makes them want to say we are kin to rotting, cursed zombies that were probably Oathbreakers in real life. That's a heavy sack. So happily my voice seems to be on the mend from that cold. Still a little bit congested, but that's what menthol vapor rub is for. Stabby boo. Lightning Staff of Frost. Some of these item combinations are very interesting. I am not gonna lie, I do kind of wish I had that door. That would be lovely. Okay. Man, this guy knows how to move. Right. Play fiddle. Hey, Josh sent me, are you one of his pack mates? He made it, he's alive, except Singalas experimented, they thought I was dead, they tossed me at the tower. Still at the camp, save them before Singalas finishes them off. Just come back, alright. Hey, Josh on his way, I'll be back with the rest of your pack. Werewolf Rescue 101. Don't let them chomp you. Although it's quite funny, if you think about it, an Argonian werewolf. Wolf out and suddenly you're furry instead of scaly. I still think they missed quite a trick when they had decided to make werewolves all just like werewolves. Think about it, if you could have been a were-alligator for an Argonian, or a were-vulture for a Bosmer, or a were-boar for a Breton, would you rather not have rather went for that? We'd add a little extra variety. Die. I have to say, it's quite amusing having a Blood Knight target dummy. That furnishing pack they released this month was quite nice. Run, naked werewolf dude. No, not that way. This way. I don't know what that voice was. Jar Jar Binks. Gonna unlock you. Less bitching, more running. I will be oh no, hang on, I'm lagging. There we go.
You could have played a cassette tape. You could have listened to an 8-track tape. If you knew what an 8-track tape looked like. But you listened to Spotify. Thanks for that. And you still have hundreds more playlists.
What was I distracted by? I had a thought. Oh yeah, it will be very, very irritating if killing some random Blood Knight gives me that Shrine of Auriel Antiquity lead, considering the last time I found one it was after about 5 days grinding. But that's usually how these things work out, isn't it? Right, Edgar, Yomi. eventually did it. You freed my pack, now it's my turn. If Exat and Singalis took Fenorian, and I'm pretty sure he did, you'll find them both in the ruined Dwarven Tower. It's difficult to get inside if you're not a vampire, but I know a way. Tell me how to get into the ruined Dwarven Tower. Like I said, Singalis' helper made a mistake, forgot to fasten my chains after one of my tortures. I slipped away, crawled along some pipes and fell into a chamber with one of those dwarven lifts. There was also a door, the one behind me, and that door will get us to wherever Exarch Singalis is holding Fen. I'll get you close. There's a big door that leads into Singalis' lair, but it's sealed. You need to figure out a dwarven mechanism to open it. Then make your way to the experimentation chamber. That's probably where he's keeping Fenorian. Alright, Edgar, thank you for your help. Go have a bath. Poor bugger looks filthy. Go have a nice, well, actually go murder something, eat it, and then have a nice warm bath. Singalis' tower. Okay, so they have a door over the left. We have to open the door. Ooh. No hinges, no levers. Stars. Right, so this is one of those, there's 4 sides, you go for the one that it doesn't have. I think it's that one. Oh, right, so that's not the right one because the wheels aren't spinning. So many books, but not one of them that I can like steal as a furnishing. Lettuce, it would be tremendously helpful if you'd help me kill these buggers. Refine, netherite, blue, and brew. Why does everything connected to vampires involve blood? Well, Laris, it's the source of their life. Netherite. Refine netherite brew. Okay. I don't know, I've seen worse plants. let's go. Find Fenorian. Oh dear. Netherite Garden. Okay. Shut down these machines. I mean, I could read the instructions, or I could just hit stuff. Okay, let's read the instructions. If an also is accidentally adjusted, use the reset to return all valves to do not destabilize the mixture. Pure cloud mist is absorbed by the plants, weeks of work will be lost and netherite will be useless. Neither of the distillates can fall below 2 units or exceed 4 units. The valves will stop if you try to set them outside these parameters. Attempting to push past these parameters will research to the calibration. For secondary distillate should never exceed the primary by more than 1 unit. 2 units or more will destabilize the current mixture, causing pure cloud mist to spray out. This can result in death, you specifically. Okay. Secondary intake. Secondary intake. Okay. It's the pure cloud mist. Still don't think the plant's that ugly. Could have gone for one of the Vardenfell anomalies and recoloured it. Maybe give it some shadow tendrils or something. Yeah, I don't... Oh yeah. I don't really think the nether root's ugly. It'd be nice if you would just, like, stop doing that so I can stab you. Take that, you big stone bugger. Right. Into the tower corridor. These lava grate things always make me slightly nervous. I kinda expect them to do a Vollenfell and blast me with like gouts of steam. I feel furious scream when I peel back your flesh. Ugh, honestly. Vampires. Ugh. Really? Can't just live in a remote castle with a like harem of willing blood donors. No, you've got to try and take over the world and peel back the skin of your like your rivals and stuff like that. Ugh. No concept of a good life. Come on, where are we? Let him truly understand the power of the Grey Host. You know, it's interesting you say that, Radal Saran, because I was used to Ash. I mean, not in this character, but you know. Okay, experimentation. Machine will finish him momentarily. Finish your work here, then join me in the keep. I don't know, how about I kill his ass instead? Where'd he go? Hey, vampy boy. Oh no, you don't, keep your fangs to yourself. Templar no likey be bit. Burn. Yeah, I'm relatively sure Argonians are cold-blooded, so... Cool off. Right, let's release Fenorian. God, you're such a drama queen. Loco, tell me what you heard. Exarchs and Gallus and Radar Saran talked freely while they tortured me. They're planning some sort of assault on Solitude, a massive harrowstorm. Your heart, how can I help you? I need blood, but I won't drink from an unwilling person in this state. Even with a willing participant, I don't trust my restraint. If only I had my flask. Here's your flask. Thank you, my friend. Radal Saran is the one they call the Ashen Lord, leader of the Grey Host. He and St. Gallus often went into the nearby sanctum to talk. I heard a few words, map, plan, but I couldn't make out the rest. Then we should search St. Gallus's sanctum. Yes, yes. Once I take a long drink from my flask, I'll join you. Okay. You empty your flask. I'm going to make myself conspicuously absent. It's not that I don't trust Fenorian, it's just that, you know, I'd rather not be, you know, Ludge. I'm sure he's a lovely fellow, but I don't want him to be my daddy in darkness. Let's see, there's the map. Exarchs and Gallus were indebted to your great mind. Since your rebirth, you've brought our dream ever closer to reality. All obstacles I chipped away at over a millennia, you cleave away in mere days. Time for subterfuge is coming to an end. Continue the refinement of your techniques and supply the Coven Witches with the fruit of your labour. They must produce the ritual materials for Ulfra and her kin to deploy. Let the Nords fret over the random harrow storms while we prepare to unleash the most powerful storm of all. Send your refined netherroot brew to the Manalan camp and to my keep, along with everything else needed for the rituals. I will alert the coastal camp to prepare more medallions and send updated orders to our warlords in the Blackreach camp. Stay strong, my brother, for the Grey Horse will soon live again. Radal Saran. What is it about vampires and immortality that drives them completely cuckoo? We set out to find Fen and bring him back to Solitude. Along the way we learned more about our true enemy, killed one of their leaders and acquired some valuable intelligence. That's a victory in my book. Anything else we need to do here? Not that I can think of. I'll make sure that Fen makes it to the Blue Palace. We'll meet you there, and don't forget that map and communique. Alright, see you at the Blue Palace. Well, personally I think burning this place to the ground would be a good start. and smashing all those netherroot tanks, but, I mean, what do I know? Oh no, that takes us back to the laboratory. This one takes us back to Western Skyrim. Do, 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 do. Oh, load screen. Okay. Oh, hang on. I got mail. Oh, and it's an expired item. Right. As long as I don't use it, I should be fine. I was going to pull out his Abby and give it to her, but that'll just sidetrack me. Let's avoid those trolls. My 4 soul gems are precious to me. Is it me, or does my guar look like it's slightly feathery? Interesting. I never really noticed that before. Here we go. Back to Solitude. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Right, to the Blue Palace. No better the guild can do without me. Y'all some bozos. Okay. Back to the Blue Palace. Savannah. Hey. Yes, let's have the introductions.
You're back. Lyris was just making introductions in response to you. Why don't you tell me what
By all the mead in Sylvangard, it's good to see you and the others. Your vampire scholar seems out of sorts, but I'm glad to make his acquaintance. Lyris tells me you ran into a bit of trouble. Care to explain? Fane was captured and we killed the vampire leader. We also recovered a map and documents. And wait to hear all the details. In the meantime, let's take a look at what you found and try to devise a plan. Lyris didn't say much, but she indicated the time is short. Here, take this. You deserve a lot more, but it's all I can spare. Thank you. The information you brought back from Blackreach may give us a fighting chance. Let's put our heads together and figure out how to use what you learned. My father be damned. We killed Singalis and brought back a map and a communique. The enemy calls itself the Grey Host. Grey Host, where have I heard that name? Meanwhile, my father rounded up the Harrowed and moved his soldiers to the outer walls. Then he ordered the quartermaster to stockpile Castle Dower. He's preparing Solitude to withstand a long siege. Now, you don't agree with that approach? That might work against the mob of Reachmen, but thick walls can't stop a Hearthstone. Any war we try to wage will be over before it starts if we don't find a way to stop them. Fane knows more about the storms than anyone. See what he suggests. I'll talk to Fane about countering the Harrowstorms.
If he has any bright
Talk to Fane. If he has any bright ideas, I'd love to hear them. Magister Fridelja has been studying the Ice Reach Coven medallion, but she hasn't had a lot of success. She seems even less confident about reproducing their protective enchantment now. Did she learn anything that might help us? She identified necromantic components as part of the enchantment as well as reach rituals, but she isn't an expert on either type of magic. Frankly, I think she's exhausted the scope of her knowledge. Were you able to accomplish anything while we were rescuing Fane? You mean other than hounding my father and serving as go-between for the Jarl of Morthal and the Magister of Carthold? I wrangled promises out of my father and showed our allies that someone in Solitude still cares. What kind of promises? I got High King Svargrim to promise to dispatch soldiers to reinforce Morthal's defences and send aid to Carthwatch. It's a start, but he hasn't actually issued the orders yet. I need to follow up with him after we're finished. So the High King has finally acknowledged the protected his kingdom. Sort of. He admits he might have been wrong about the Ice Reach Coven as far as that goes, but he still glares daggers whenever anyone mentions you or Laris. So let's not bring up Fen, alright? Okay. Fenorian, sweet roll, darling. I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me, focus on the mission, just like Veranda's taught me. Could you show me the research you recovered from Exarch Singalis' laboratory? I found notes on werewolves and netherroot and a potion made from netherroot and other ingredients. These notes prove my theory. Netherroot is a key component of the Harrowstorm ritual. It's like a poison for the soul. Weakens the bonds to the body so it can be pulled free. They're harvesting life energy from anyone caught in the storms. Why would they want to harvest life energy? I'm guessing, but it may have something to do with those stone husks we saw. Remember how the werewolf emerged from one? And look at the mixture you retrieved. It isn't like the residue we recovered from the witch pike, it's more concentrated. Could that be what they're going to use to make the Harrowstorm stronger? It's certainly what Singalis' notes imply. Despite how it looks, a plan is formulating in my mind. I think I can create an elixir, but I'll need more refined netherroot brew, and we need to solve the mystery of the Coven medallions. Alright, anyone have any idea where we're going to find this stuff? Okay, so... place them up. Well, if the game would stop... Right, there we go.
See those marks? Grey host sites that correspond to the communique. I know a commander's map when I see
I
one.
know a commander's map when I see one. Each mark matches the location mentioned in the communique from Rad al Zaran, the leader of the Grey Host. I can already see where we need to go. Where do you think we should look? That mark on the northwest coast, that's an Ice Reach Coven camp. The communique mentioned needing more medallions. Odds are they come from there. And here, a midland camp between Dragon Bridge and Morthal is a staging ground for the Harrowstorms. And that's where we can find the refined netherroot brew. More than likely, these two locations should provide what Fen needs to finish his elixir. We can't bet everything on that though. The communique mentions a warlord's camp in Blackreach. Maybe we can learn more about their ultimate plan there. 3 camps, that's a lot of ground to cover. Savannah, Fen and I will divvy up the camps and scout ahead. Fen should investigate the coastal camp. I'll take the Midlands camp. That leaves Savannah with Blackreach. Meet up with each of us when you're ready, then we'll hit each camp in turn. What should we expect to find at these Grey Host camps? We don't have a lot of solid details, just what we pieced together from the Grey Host notes and communique. But I'll answer your questions the best I can. Which camp did you want to ask about? What do we know about the Midlands camp? The Grey Host isn't just hiding in Blackreach now, they're mounting an invasion, and this appears to be their primary staging ground. I expect they're stockpiling witch pikes, grey reliquaries and other supplies here, including the refined brew. Tell me about the coastal camp. From what I can tell, the camp in the northwest camp is where the Coven first made landfall from Ice Reach. It's as close to a home base as they've got. They've established themselves there, so I'd expect it to be well defended if not fortified. Why do you think this is why they're making their medallions? The communique mentioned orders to produce more of those medallions, probably to keep pace with the increase in Harrowstorms. Can't guarantee it's the coastal camp where the orders were sent, but it's the only one on the map. I want to know about the camp in Blackreach. That's the one we know the least about, but it's where a lot of the Grey Host warlords are gathering, at least according to the communique. It's the best place I can think of where we can get a look at those orders the Ashen Lord mentioned. Okay, so... Oh, if you would stop blocking me, Finn, that would be great. Now, we have to go wandering. I think we'll be kind of neat and do the coastal camp first, then the Midland, and then the Black Reach. Do, do, do. Once again gives us the question, do we have a way shrine near the coastal camp? Or are we going to be running our little purple tail off? We shall see. Yes, so the coastal camp... okay, Giant's Coast. I'm relatively certain that's where the Fort Thoughtlers are based in, is in the 4th era. Fine. Laris was right, this camp is crawling with Ice Reach Coven, and they're definitely producing the medallions here. I was even able to slip away with one. We need to get closer though. Closer? There's more to figuring out this magic than just watching from afar. I need to know exactly how to go about creating them. With your help, we can learn everything about that here in this camp. What's so special about this camp? It's a landing site for the boats coming from the island of Ice Reach. Plus, we're collecting something here that goes into the process of creating the medallions. If you can get me to the centre of the camp, I can learn what that is. I'll help you reach the centre of the camp. Depending how they create these medallions will be an enormous help. The Grey Host has accelerated their plans. They need more medallions for a reason. A big hailstorm is coming. We need to be ready. Why do you think we can learn more at the centre of the camp? Because the Grey Host is guarding something down there. I couldn't get close, but I appeared to build the camp to surround something. Plus I heard a few of the witches talking, complaining really, about needing to prepare more medallions. Okay, let's go murderize them. Do, 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 do. Examine the graveyard. Look at the corpulent. Oda's the Hist, his mother of Marskal, whatever way she died of heartbreak. So she's an Argonian. Unknown, traveller merchant, run through by bandits. This door is Skyrim thought old and wise. A Nord. Uthbek, son of Rael, chief killer in Odin's the Hills, a warrior born, he passed in the privy with a heaping of scorn. Ooh. Oh dear, he pulled an Elvis. No one more. Brockle. Here lies Brockle, beloved son, herder, died in his sleep, old as Skyrim. And one more. Harlock the Bastard. Beneath this stone lies Harlock the Bastard, a tired old wastrel and brother of Jor, a laybout in life who froze in a blizzard. Lovely. Well, we've been over the headstones with a fine-toothed comb. If we can determine why the Coven dug up these particular bodies, it will tell us something about how the medallions were enchanted. Let's discuss what we found on the headstones. course. Compare notes, look for commonalities. You have the markings of a fine scholar, my friend. Now let's see. I noticed there were a mix of different races buried here. They weren't all Nords. Anything strike you about the departed? They all shared something in common when they died. They did? Tell me more. They were all old when they died. Of course, why didn't I see that? The headstones on the exhumed graves all mentioned that the person was old when they died. Let me think. Some necrotic spells require the remains of the elderly, something to do with the natural decay of life. The natural decay of life? According to one necromantic theory, the older a living thing becomes, the more necrotic energy it naturally acquires. As a body grows old and withers, the life inside it decays. Necrotic energy is the byproduct of this deterioration. Does that tell you enough to figure out how to create the medallions? I now know enough about how they create the medallions to move my research along. I'll return to the Blue Palace and start putting an elixir together. What else do you need me to do? To fully craft an elixir to defend against the Hara storms, I still require a sample of refined netherroot bro. Plus we need to determine what the Grey Host has planned. Help Lyris and Svanna at their camps and meet me at the Blue Palace. Goodbye. Okay. Hoof it back up the hill. And reshrine to the Midland camp. Do, 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 do. Past Dragonholm, because I'm pretty sure we did that. To the Giant's Coast, reshrine. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so closest one is Morthal. I've just noticed that on Twitch, one of the tags for ESO is stealth. Really? I would never have thought stealth would be an adequate descriptor of an ESO game outside of the Dark Brotherhood. Or Thieves Guild. Blood runs cold. Yeah, good way to keep vampires away. Okay, so up behind this mini mountain. Stay away from the bear. Definitely stay away from the bear. I like bears, I'd rather not have to kill them unnecessarily. Well, I thought going behind this would be quicker, but apparently not. Oh well, we live and learn. There's the Ruby Dragonclaw Barrow. And a Hero Storm in the distance. Lovely. Okay. Here, Death Hunters. Are they part of the Grey Host? Oh well, whatever they are, they're dead now. I will avoid killing bears, but I'll like kill the fuck out of humans. Oh yeah, I have to go and talk to Laris. I really shouldn't have come in all guns blazing. I am such a scatterbrain. Come at me, bro. But keep your fangs to yourself, please. Hey, oh, come on, let us. Oh yeah, I'm in combat. Lovely. Is he gone? He's gone. A bold move setting up camp in the midst of the Western Holds. I'll say this for the Grey Host, they aren't afraid to draw attention to themselves. I learned a few things while I was waiting for you to show up. Tell me what you found out. It's just as we thought, the Grey Host is using this camp as a supply depot for the raids across the countryside. I saw stacks of witch pigs, rows of reliquaries, and jars of what I assume is the refined netherroot brew. Fen needs the refined netherroot brew for his elixir. I heard the camp leader, a nasty creature named Sable Eye, tell his troops to make sure to use the new supply that just arrived from Blackreach. Let's go grab a jar or two. I'm ready. Let's, grab what we need and set the rest on fire. Yay, level 16. And character level up. Tailoring. Right, that should do. Bad werewolf. One of these bloody cars has it. Also, why is this cart full of like charred trees? That looks nothing like a witch pike. There we go. Hey. Oh, bugger. How many of these damn carts are they going to make me search? See, this is the problem. I've been playing Fallout 76 and I keep trying to jump using the triangle button. Sorry, the Y button. Oh dear. It's amazing. You can spend like a few years playing something like, you can spend years playing the PlayStation and it'll shape your brain to the point where you're like, oh yeah, it's the triangle button.
Sableye has the brew. Let's find it.
Okay. Sableye has the brew. Oh, right, but yes. It's like, why not, why not triangle? Oh dear gods. I'm terribly incoherent today. You know what I do to up any werewolves? I killed them. There we go. Let's take the bloody netherroot brew.
You got a jar of refined brew? Let's talk over here.
You will keep running away from me, Laris. It's a good job I like you.
Luck was with us. We had
Luck was with us. If we reached this camp here in a few moments earlier, Sableye would have got away with the netherroot brew. This looks like the jar of refined brew we found in Singalis' laboratory.
trouble. Then better be.
After all this trouble, Fen better be able to use it to make his elixir. I'll take the jar of refined netherroot brew to Solitude. We'll meet up in Svanna's chambers when everyone gets back from their missions. I hope they're alright. You seem to have grown fond of Fen and Svanna. Fen's proven himself, especially after what happened in Blackreach. House Ravenwatch, they're unusual as far as bloodsuckers go. As for Svanna, she's braver than I originally thought. Anyway, meet me in Solitude after you finish up. What else do I need to do?
In addition to the refined nether,
In addition to the refined netherroot brew, Fen needs information on the Ice Reach covered medallions, plus we're looking to learn more about the big storm Greyhost has planned. Helps Fen and Svanna and other camps that may be in Solitude. Okay. Can I climb up the big rock? No, probably not. I mean, I can't deny it made great sense for them to make their camp right beside one of the great lifts. I wonder when these were demolished. I mean, they're not in Skyrim, so, you know, at some point they were demolished. It's like the question with the Wayshrines as well. When were they dismantled? Okay, where do we have to go? Go to the Blackreach camp. Well, I'm in Blackreach, but it's not entirely helpful. Okay, to the Wayshrine. It's in one of these areas. Right, so we'll try down by Dust Town. Okay, so to the west. God damn it, I want those crystals. Right. We are not going to go and pick a fight with the angry dwarven world boss because we like to live. Okay, so we're actually in the right area, which is good. I was beginning to worry. I keep forgetting it's like not much faster to ride than it is to walk. Chora's eggs. Would love to get my hands on some more of the furnishing ones. So that means I'll have to massacre every Chorus I see. Dark Moon Grove. I really don't know why Svanna decided it was a good idea to come here herself. I came here to learn what the Grey Host has planned, and what did I find? Good citizens of the holds afflicted by Harrowstorms and get prisoner for ungodly purpose. No matter how many I set free, the Harrowed will not leave this place. Have you had an opportunity to scout out the Grey Host camp? That's all I've been doing, and trying to get these afflicted people to leave this place. The Harrowed. The storm robs them of their will, their minds. I wasn't able to sleep deeper into the camp, though. We need to try and find out the big storm the Grey Host is planning. Agreed. There appear to be a number of Grey Host warlords in the camp, so discovering their plans should be possible. We need to be careful, though. I don't want us to wind up like the Harrowed serving as food for these bastards. Tell me what you noticed while scouting around the camp. Messages have been coming and going since I arrived. I've heard the name Rad al-Saran, the Ashen Lord, spoken in hushed and revered tones. His name was on the communique you found, remember? We need to get down there and see what else we can learn. I wonder what the Grey Host is doing down here. Hiding, building their forces, digging, undermining. That's the correct term, I think. Plus they're collecting the Harrowed, hurting them like cattle. It's monstrous what they're doing, these poor people. Are you sure you should be down here, Princess? The only thing I'm sure of is I have to try. If my father won't act, then it falls to me to get things done. That's what my mother would want me to do. I appreciate it, Svanna, but like logistically speaking, it's a nightmare. You die down here, and you know, Solitude's screwed.
I left the orders in my tent, but the Ashen Lord was clear. We need more netherite. See to the
Need more netherite, see Undergrove immediately.
Undergrove? That sounds important.
The Undergrove.
There, on the left. Let's listen in.
Oh, he lost his friend.
The law for the Exarch altar our plan.
We strike on Soloth with the Chorus plan after Exarch Ulfr is
The Undergrove. Do.
Let's search the tents for a copy of those orders.
St. Gallus is dead. They're going to Harrods. Seeking to stop the spread to the Harrod. One of it did for the thirst. My family will have determined not even Bob can stop me. Then we must accelerate our efforts. All preparations regarding the attack of Solitude must be complete post haste. To that end, make sure everything required for the work in Undergrove is ready. The location is hidden and secured inside the ancient barrow which fell into the earth for just this purpose. It will make a perfect testing ground for the next stage of the Harrowstorms. Exarch Crowcross shall lead those efforts and prepare the way for the final Harrowstorm. Greyhouse victorious, Rad Al Saran.
Let's talk over.
Nothing worth stealing. What kind of vampire? Oh, right. Svana. Orders from Rad Al Saran. His words said to chill down my spine. Their plan for Solitude, it might even be more dreadful than an all-out attack. We need to get back and determine the exact location of this undergrowth place. You really think Solitude is in danger? We saw what happened at Kelcreath and Carthwatch. Whatever they have planned for Solitude, it sounds a whole lot worse. I wish we knew more about this Rad Al Saran and what drives him. He makes it sound like he considers his army to be his family. A family of monsters. Who could imagine vampires and werewolves working together? Let alone talking about one another like brothers and sisters. It's not natural. Hopefully the orders we found will give us an advantage. I'm glad I got to look around Blackreach, but I can't wait to see the sun and sky again. No matter how big these caverns are, it still feels like we're buried alive down here. What else do I need to do? We've got the medallion information in the Netherite View. Penn let us will meet us in Solitude. Then we're done here. Do I... oh no, wait a minute. We can cheat and use the snow melt suite rather than burning gold. Our lovely little in-room sanctuary. And convenient teleport, let's not forget that.
Who wouldn't want such a cozy little home?
Okay. See Svana. Do 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 do. Go to the Princess Chambers, the Blue Palace.
Thanks for listening to Spotify. No, really. You could have listened to the radio. You could have spun some vinyl. If you knew what an 8-track tape looked like, but you listen to Spotify. Thanks for that. And you still have hundreds more
Shake your
playlists
tail,
to
dudes.
enjoy.
Andromeda 1. Nice. It's quite interesting. This is Savannah's chamber now, but in Skyrim it's Sibyl Stentor's.
Do what we need, provided neither Fen nor I made any miscalculations.
Eldon, don't be so negative.
Okay, let's have a look. Fenorian. Oh good, you're back. Mion and I have been discussing the various ways to turn what we've got in a protective elixir. I'm hesitant to get too excited, but I think we figured out how to defend against the Hardstorms. Tell me what you're thinking. The Grey Host uses an unstable mix of alchemy and sorcery to create the Hardstorms. An arcane ritual and the Netherroot brew focus the power of each Hardstorm through the prepared witch pikes. Ingenious, but fully exploitable. Exploitable? How so? We can use the refined brew as the basis for our elixir. Now that we understand how the Hardstorms are created, we can use the same components to replicate the medallion's protective properties. We just need to gather the necessary components. How can I help? Svani's associate Mog will procure most of the supplies I need, but there's one final ingredient required. For various reasons, I can't simply walk into the Hall of the Dead and claim it myself. I need you to acquire Arcay's Sacred Oil. Arcay's Sacred Oil? A holy ointment associated with the god that became popular due to imperial influence. It's used by the priests in the Hall of the Dead to provide protection against necromancy and the undead. We need the oil to create our elixir. Goodbye. Okay.
I'll meet you there. Mom, put away the tanker.
Here we go. Da, 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 da. I like the orc. He's like, yeah, I'll do what you want, but I'm keeping my tankard. Multitasking. Da, 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 da. To the Hall of the Dead. Soldier always had such a problem with undead. High Priest Ingert.
Listen to my friend, High Priest. We need your help.
Hey! I'm surprised to see the princess here. As you can see, the influx of refugees has made this place much more hectic than usual. Is there something I can do for Princess Savannah? We need some of Arcay's Sacred Oil. Sacred Oil? Strange, that's the second time today someone's come seeking Arcay's anointing balm. Sortain Uthlet arrived with an edict from the king, demanded our entire supply. How were to consecrate the dead without it? I have no idea. Why did High King Svargrim want all of it? Sortain wouldn't say. He just mentioned that the High King needed it to defend in Solitude. I'm sorry I can't comply with the princess's request. Things are hard enough that these refugees must take shelter here among the dead. Do you know where Sortain took Arcay's Sacred Oil? Sortain took the oil at Castle Dower. That's where all the supplies for the siege are gathered during periods of strife. I pray that High King Svargrim receives the patience and wisdom required to see us through this crisis. Tell me more about Castle Dower. Solitude's foundation began with the construction of Castle Dower. It's the oldest structure in the city and the most defensible. I tried to move the refugees there for safekeeping, but my request was denied. The High King has other plans, I suppose. Goodbye. Okay, so we need to go steal some stuff. Let's face it, this dude's not going to give us anything.
Our business is urgent. My friend will explain.
Yo, dude. I don't have time for the princess's proclivities right now. The High King, we can barely keep up with the multitude of tasks, so speak quickly and let me get back to it. The High Priest said you took all of the sacred oil and the princess needs some of it. My orders from the High King were clear. Stockpile the entire supply of sacred oil in the Temple of the Divines, here within the confines of Castle Dower. What in Shore's name does the princess need with holy oil anyway? There's an elixir that protects against hailstorms, but it requires the sacred oil. Protection? Truly? The Harrowed already outnumber my soldiers, and more arrive every day. Still, giving you the oil would violate the High King's edict. I suppose if I happen to look the other way for a moment, I won't notice if our glass disappears. I understand. Svargrim is such a douche. Despite your intentions, you would only hinder their efforts. Wastrel? Excuse you? Oh god, I hate that man. See, this is how you write a compelling villainous character. You make them want to hate it. You make people want to hate him. He's such a douche. Okay, Svan's chamber. Add the sacred oil to the cauldron. Glowy. With the addition of the sacred oil, the elixir is complete. Before we produce enough to distribute to the people of Western Skyrim, we need to test it. I'm confident in my word, but we're dealing with powerful forces here. How do you plan to test the elixir? We can't wait for the next Hailstorm to strike, but what you and Svanna learned in Blackreach may help. You heard the Exar Kulfra was testing Hailstorm rituals in a place called Undergrove. We'll go there and let Lyris drink the elixir. Right. The orders mentioned that Undergrove is hidden in an ancient battle. During my explorations of Blackreach, I came across an ancient burial site, a place called the Midnight Battle. This Undergrove must be inside those ruins. Once there, you and Svanna keep watch from a safe distance while Lyris steps into the storm. I guess we're going to Midnight Battle. From what I could tell, the Midnight Battle sank into Blackreach in the distant past. Somewhere in its chambers we'll find the Undergrove. The ruined barrow is in the Lightless Hollow in the northwest portion of the cavern. We'll meet you there. Okay. I would kinda like that glowy cauldron as a furnishing, but I like everything as a furnishing. Like if I ever got my hands on it, the assets in this game and could isolate them for furnishings, holy, everything would be available. Everything would be on sale. Probably a good idea. I don't have that kind of power because, oof, can you imagine? Yes, here's your building plot. Now, which of the many thousands of items we've got would you like to use to furnish it? Lightless Hollow. Right. And we're going to resolutely ignore the Midnight Barrow. Well, the quest for it at any rate. We are not going to get sidetracked. Well, I mean, we could, but no. Let's not. Let's not and say that we did. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, Alwyn, I will help you later, but for now, I am main questing.
You and Fen stay put until we clear a path for the undergrowth.
Okay, so the Undergrove is halfway in.
That's it. Look lively and let's get on with it.
Hey, thanks, dude. And go up this way. And we go in here.
Even find where they're experimenting.
The Undergrove. Oh, look, Radal Saran. Sarstorm must be the biggest we've ever wrought, my sister in arms. We're here from Zolgid. Is everything in place? I've been assured the site is ripe for the harvest. Radal Saran. Shall we postpone the test? Certainly not. Confront them. Murderers who killed our beloved Singalis. You're about to join them. You're immortal. Oh, let us. Sarcophagus. Oh, Radal Saran, you are going to have a very, very diminished family. you do it. I'm going to stab you with my shiny, shiny staff of cosmic light. Yes, of course the elixir worked. I think it worked. I stood in a hailstorm and nothing happened. Fane's elixir is a success, and we took out another one of the Grey Host leaders. We've done good, my friend. Are you sure you're alright? Never better. We need to create as much of the elixir as possible and distribute it throughout Solitude before Rada Al Saran's massive hailstorm hits. I also want to find out who in the city is helping him. Let's meet back at the Blue Palace. Meet you at the Blue Palace. Once my father understands we have a way to protect against the hailstorms, he'll have to take us seriously. Let's get back to the city as fast as we can. What just happened here? I know, right? It happened so quickly. When we confronted Rada Al Saran and Exarch Ulfra, the vampire lord blasted Glarus with his magic. When I saw her fate fall, I knew I had to
You
act.
could have listened to the radio. You could have spun some vinyl. You could have played a cassette tape.
Risky.
You could have listened to an 8-track tape. If
She's very, very impulsive for a princess.
Thanks for that. And you still have hundreds more playlists to enjoy.
Oh, my housing guilds are talking about houses. Must resist. Must resist. And it's Draco. I like Draco talking about houses. I'll have to pick his brains later. Okay. Philander, you do get around a lot. Do 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 do. I do like Solitude. Although I keep expecting to round the corner and find Dervenin, Sheogorath's little Bosmer dude, asking for help. Do 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 do. Talk to the High King. Our enemies circle ever closer, and now even my daughter turns against me. What's next? Will my beloved wife return and accuse me of some heinous crime? We'll get to it. Tell me about Savannah's miraculous elixir before I have the lot you tossed out. The elixir works. Savannah tested it herself and withstood a hailstorm. You represent my most hated enemy and expect me to believe a word you say. Even if you speak true, worms have found purchase in the wood and seek to rob my kingdom from within. I will not let Solitude and the Western Holds fall. If you can't trust us, at least you trust your daughter. Trust Savannah? Perhaps. No, your honeyed words are but echoes of my most obstinate foes. You offer a miracle with one hand while holding a poisoned dagger in the other. We only want to help.
I need no help from the likes of you.
Don't be a fool, Father. This elixir will save our people.
I didn't think you had it in you, daughter. You have actually surpassed my
Grey host. Oi oi oi. Idiots. Idiot nobles and royalty.
Svargrim's a vampire.
Svala. Not now, dears. I need to think about this.
Well, wasn't that fun?
Svargrim's a bastard, but King
Svargrim's a bastard, but King Yoren believed he had the best interests of his people at heart. Obviously something changed. From a solitude targeted for a massive hailstorm, things have gotten more complicated. With Svargrim's help, the Grey Host might already be prepared to summon their hailstorm. Not everything is as grim as it appears. We did create an elixir. That's our best chance of protecting the people from the hailstorm. We just need to distribute it. In the meantime, take this. It may not seem like much, but you earned it. Right. Well, I think we're going to stop here for now. And sort our inventory out. And tomorrow or Thursday we will resume. Because I think this next quest is the last story one. Well, last main one. And assuming we get through that, we can do some of the side stuff. But for now, we're going to deposit our precious inventory. And do some selling. Usually used to having the assistant Sloyd. But we'll finish up here for tonight and have a nice quiet night with a vodka and some overly dramatic legal readings on YouTube. We'll sell that. Might as well sell those. I'm pretty sure I've got crown potions in my inventory. Yeah, we do. Okay, so pull back his abbey. And we shall deposit. And with that, we shall bid you all adieu until tomorrow or the day after. If I don't do the Irontail challenge tomorrow, I'll probably do a housing tour. We'll see how the mood takes me. But for now, good night and God's bless.